Hey out there, it's your boy JT. Welcome back to LivingRoomSessionsLive.com. I have with me an up-and-coming singer-songwriter artist, Ronnie Williams. Ronnie, thanks for joining us here on Living Room Sessions Live.
JT, my man. Don't act like we don't know each other, man.
Hey, I appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
Let's just jump right in.
Yeah.
I have a few questions for you. You're a singer-songwriter. You've been out there, you've done gigs, and you have a CD coming out. So I want to ask you, as an artist, who has impacted you or who has inspired you? Who are other artists who have inspired you to continue on?
Well, it really started as a little boy. Actually, I don't remember when I didn't know that I was going to be a songwriter, because the first introduction to music, my dad was in a group called the Orlandos, doo-wop group.
All right.
Back in '57. I wasn't born in '57 yet, but
yeah,
he recorded a song. And the first introduction I had was his 45 with his name as a songwriter on it.
Okay.
So right then I knew that that's what I was going to be, because he planted it in me and I didn't even know it. But that was the first 45 I ever seen in my life was my dad's 45 with his name as the writer on it.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah. So, but then obviously once I got into the music, the Jackson 5.
Okay.
I mean, Michael Jackson, first group I was in.
I remember.
Yeah.
I
At the
remember
age of 8,
yes.
we were called the Five of a Kind. And 5 guys out front, just like the Jackson 5. And of course, I did all of Michael's stuff. So became, a big fan of the Jackson 5, because it was truly the group at the time. And, to be in a group that was similar, from that point, I always thought that I was going to, be a star, and then you grow a little older and things change and,
sure.
Life comes around. But I would have to say the person that really planted my writing was Stevie Wonder.
Okay. That's a great influence.
Yeah, it was, first of all, it was amazing that somebody who was blind could tell stories better than people who could see. Okay. So I knew that I had to be a storyteller like Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
It's about the telling the story. So he influenced me. And what was the album? The Hotter Than July?
Yeah.
I knew every song on both albums from beginning to end.
Wow.
And that's how I learned song structure, and I can't play, I can't play anything. So I'm a lyricist, and I tried to play. It didn't come natural. And I said, why would I try to force something that, I got guys like you who can give me tracks, and Day and Dennis.
That's interesting. So you have music in your soul, and it comes out through your vocals.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. And the words, it's about the words, Like I said, when I was little, I wanted to be a star. Now all I want is for my music to be heard.
Okay. Well, wanting your music to be heard. So how do you see yourself as an artist?
I really just see myself as a songwriter now that has to be an artist to be heard. Obviously, I'm about to turn 60 years old, so I don't think anybody's waiting for a 60-year-old artist, but they are waiting for good songs.
Okay.
And I want to be known as a good songwriter.
Okay. Well, keeping on songwriting, is there a theme to your writing structure? Or?
I wouldn't say a theme. I mean, like I said, I'm about to turn 60, so I have a lot of experience of life. Life is the theme. The lyrics are pretty easy to come by when you've had experience just about in all aspects of life. So I wouldn't say there's a specific theme. I mean, I have spiritual, you'll hear spiritual content in the songs. You You hear a lot of relationship. You even hear work, relationships. I can write about anything because I've experienced, just about everything in life. And to be able at this age to be able to put songs out and create songs with the experience that I have, I want to be heard.
Okay. All right. All righty. Yeah. Well, that's what we're here for. You're going to be heard today, sir. I've listened to some of your music, and one song really stood out, and I really feel this song. It's called Black Lives Matter. It's really relevant to what's going on today in today's world.
Yes.
And in listening to the song, it has such deep meaning. Were you afraid of any kind of backlash behind that song?
I'm glad you asked that, because for one, I kind of wonder why a major artist really hasn't written that song.
Already.
Yeah, already. Yeah. I mean, people have written about it, but a major artist, and for you to ask that, I guess they must have felt, that it was too political for them, for their careers. Being that I'm not a known artist, I guess it was waiting for me.
You have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have nothing to lose, because I have jobs. I mean, it can rub people the wrong way. But like I said, I want to be heard. I got things to say. At this point, nobody's going to hold me back, whether a job or, my own fear. I'm not going to let my own fear hold me back, because like I said, I got things to say. Yeah. And the song is not just, it's relevant today, but the point of the song is to show our Black people really where it started from.
Okay.
Up to now, and to show them that though things are better, there's still things that are the same. And there's still things that we are suffering because of that. Right. So the song is for us. It sounds like at first that we're trying to get other people to matter to us, but I need us to matter to us. Right.
We need to matter to each other.
We need to matter to each other. It Absolutely. Doesn't, yes. if we matter to each other, it doesn't matter what anybody else says or does.
That's a good point, Ron. You have a lot of passion, Ron, and I really like that in any artist. But you're here right now, and I want to ask you, what does music mean to you?
Wow. Music, it's a soundtrack. It's a soundtrack of life. I mean, it's the soundtrack. Other people's songs are a soundtrack to me. I want my songs to be soundtrack to other people. It's just, life revolves around music. Everything you see has music in it. Whether it's you go to a basketball game, they're using music to pump the crowd. Right. You go, you look at a movie, it's all music behind it that's pushing it, giving you the feeling. Music is the soundtrack of our lives. I just want to be a part of that.
I like that. Music is the soundtrack of our lives. How about that? Do you do anything else besides music? How do you earn a living outside of music?
Yes. I have 2 service jobs, I call them.
Okay.
The first service is for young, and the second service is for older people.
Right.
So the first service is I am a nutrition manager at a high school. Okay. And I serve young people there and give them the energy that they need to get through the day and learn and do the things that they want to do. The second service is I deliver medicine in nursing homes. And actually, that is my business. I have a business. So those are the things that I do that allow me to write freely. Right. I don't worry about writing a song. And also, all of those different things that I get to do that I'm involved in are the muses to my writing. I mean, at school one day, a guy was walking, a teacher was walking down the hall, and, I just said, "What's up?" He said, "Nothing, man, I'm easy with it."
Okay. Okay. Easy with it.
Yeah. And I
You
said,
caught that phrase.
I caught that phrase.
Yeah.
I was walking up to the front desk. By the time I got to the front desk, I had the hook and the first verse.
You wrote a song just hearing one phrase.
Just hearing one
and
phrase.
You wrote the song around it.
I mean, it caught me. I mean, I'd never heard somebody say I'm easy with it. I was like, wow, you know. And by the time I got to the front desk, I'm just so easy with it. By the time I got back to my desk.
Wait a minute. You had a melody as well?
Yeah, the melody, the verse. I got back. By the time I got to back to my desk, I wrote the second verse.
That's creativity. Okay.
Yeah, and from there, I just, you know, I mean, there's different ways to write songs, and I use all different aspects. And you know, I can hear a track, and it just comes. You know, somebody can say something, and it just comes. And that's really just from the experiences of life. You know.
All right. Thanks, Ron. One last question. What kind of music career do you want to have?
I'd pretty, like I said, a songwriter. That's, you know, that's the key. I really would like to be writing the songs for other people.
Okay.
But today's industry has changed so much that people want to write for themselves.
Right.
So that's why I'm writing for myself now. Because nobody's going to be able to see my talent if I don't display it myself.
That's correct.
So the thing is to just be a songwriter, whether it's for me. I have several projects that I'm working on. Of course, working on my solo project. My family, I come from a family of singers.
Okay. And
we're called Masters of Song. And so we're starting to, I'm starting to write songs for them as well. Actually, that's Black Lives Matter is our first release.
Okay.
So
there's an album coming with it.
There's an album coming with it. Well, there's like I said, today is different, and what I like about it is because now the focus is coming back to the singles. Like in the 50s and 60s, it was all about the singles. You know, in the 70s it turned to the albums. And in the 80s, it really turned to the artists, you know, and now it's coming back with the streaming and whatnot that it's turned to the singles. So I think that's opened the door for me to, first of all, as a budget, you know, to be an artist, an independent artist, you don't have the money to produce an album.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, so it's easier to produce a single and put it out and help the single help you produce more singles and more singles. Okay. And basically what I've done for my album is just produce singles, and I've got 2 more to do, and then that's going to be an album.
Okay.
But I'm able to generate funds from singles to keep producing, and
that's the entrepreneur in here.
Yeah. So it's about the singles now, right now. So, but the family and producing, you know, and like I said, I need musicians to produce. I don't play, so I need great musicians, and being able to connect with you and connect with Day Day and connect with Dennis, it's been a blessing to me. So it's helped me fulfill my dream, and I want to thank you guys for that.
Well, thank you for being on the show, Ron.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like the people to know about you?
Oh, yeah, that I have produced I shouldn't say produced, I have created a record company.
Okay.
Called Vintage Records.
Vintage Records.
Yes.
Watch out for Vintage Records.
Vintage Records. I am obviously the first artist on there, and Masters of Song is the second artist on the label. So it's coming along, and you can go to it now, www.vintage.org. The .org part is coming because we are, with my wife, we're basically going to do nonprofit feedings and stuff, you know, like I said, I'm a service person. I mean, my 2 jobs I serve, you know, and the Lord has blessed me to be able to still be healthy and do my jobs, do my music, and and I want to serve. I mean, I'm here to serve. So that's what I want you to know about.
One of the producers you're working with is Day that you mentioned. He has his production company is called Daylight Productions.
Daylight Productions.
All right. And the bass player you mentioned, Dennis Kofer.
Yeah.
All right. And of course myself, your boy JT.
Yes.
Watch out for Ronnie Williams' new project due to come out. Masters of Song.
Yes, Masters of Song. And actually, Black Lives Matter has yet to be released on the streaming sites. I have a independent distribution deal with Sony Records, and it just takes a little while to get those things done through there because they make you do marketing, which is good. They don't want to take, artists before they used to get set on the shelf. Mm-hmm. But as an independent artist, they want you to really promote your stuff. And so it's just taking a little while for it to come out. But Black Lives Matter should be out within a couple of weeks. And then the song I did with John and Day and Dennis, once again, will be the next release.
All right. We're looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing
that. So there are 2 new songs that are getting ready to come out.
All right. Well, Ron, that's about all the questions I have for you. But I understand that you're going to be performing live next. So stay tuned for Ronnie Williams.
Yes.
Let me tell you about my baby. She is truly a first lady. She's the force behind my finesse. Without her, I don't have no success. She's down with the things that I do. Totally responsible for my smooth. If I mess up, she'll make it right. If times get tough, she lays it all on the line. Let me tell you about my baby. She is truly a first lady. I can't say enough about my baby. She is surely a first lady. She will always have my back, and she know how to keep me on track. That's the reason I shine so bright. She don't get caught up in the hype. She don't misjudge. Her senses are true. If things get rushed, she slows down the groove. Let me tell you about my baby. She is truly a first lady. I can't say enough about my baby. She is surely a first lady. She's my nominee for leading lady. I'm the biggest winner by far. She's classy every moment, elegant every day. That's why she's my morning star. Some call her rough, but she's much too smart. She knows her stuff, and that's how she stole my heart.